आप बोलो सर, क्या करना है?
अभी तो मेरा ये निफ्टी का मैं जरा देख रहा था बेटा। अभी जो रेंज बन के आया है 16,800 से 17,400। मेरे को तो ऐसा लगता
हाँ।
है कि अगर 16,800 जाए तो सेल करना है, 17,400 के ऊपर जाए तो भी बाय नहीं करना है, सिर्फ देखने का है कहाँ तक जाता है। आपको क्या लगता है?
वही है। नहीं, बस वही है सर, वही सेम व्यू है सर।
हाँ,
लेने की चेष्टा नहीं करनी है,
मतलब
वेट
ऊपर के
करना है।
भाव में फंसना नहीं है।
करेक्ट
ये
करेक्ट
मैं
करेक्ट।
देख रहा हूँ एक साल से, मतलब मेरा कैसा है कि अभी 2021 में जो रैली मिला, अभी मार्केट को क्या है, बैलेंस चाहिए थोड़ा। ये पूरा साल उसने बैलेंस बनाने में ही निकाल दिया। अभी उसको बैलेंस ही नहीं मिल रहा है कि कहाँ पे मेरे को बैलेंस प्राइस में होना है। वो 12,000 हो सकता है, 8,000 भी हो सकता है।
करने का है क्या? यही बात करने का है क्या निफ्टी का? हाँ समझ भाई।
नहीं सर, नहीं सर, अभी तो हम वेट कर रहे हैं ना सर, 5 मिनट के लिए।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, ओके।
तो स्पीकर का रिक्वेस्ट आया था सर, तो मैंने लिया, मैंने सोचा 5 मिनट निकल देंगे सर।
हाँ बोलो भाई, निफ्टी का बोलो बोलो। अच्छा लगता है।
नहीं सर, वो आई थिंक ड्रॉप हो गए, पता नहीं सर।
ये
क्या?
आकांक्षा काय आई है, उसको भी लो लिसनर, अरे
नहीं, मैंने भेजा है, श्रीनी को भी भेजा, आकांक्षा जी को भी भेजा, तरुण को भी भेजा, मैंने दबाशीष को भी भेजा।
नहीं
जो भी
देवाशीष
अपने।
को मत भेजो। उसका
नहीं नहीं
कैंसिल।
सर, नहीं नहीं
उसका
सर।
कैंसिल। अरे करो ना कैंसिल। बहुत बोलता है।
ना ना सर, ठीक है सर, ठीक है। आप सर, अभी जो होस्ट है सिरी, आप अपना थोड़ा प्रोफाइल बोलिए ना सर, सिरी।
Hi, sir.
हाय।
So I actually, I was working with a fintech company for about 3 years, and now I'm a full-time trader. So that's my background.
हम्म।
Yeah.
विच कंपनी, इफ यू कैन?
Yeah, I was working with this fintech company called Scriptbox, based out of Bangalore.
ओके।
Yeah. So, and recently, about, let's say 2 odd years, I've been trading full time. And yeah, I mean, that's about me.
So you make money in trading or no?
Yeah,
Be
sir, I do.
honest.
I do make money in trading, but not the exorbitant returns that people on Twitter make. I make a modest return about 20% on my equity. Yeah. I mean, I took a conscious decision to quit my job because I was profitable. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
See, according to me, this 10, 20, 30%, whatever you
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
equity trading,
Yeah.
if you can make a fortune out of it,
Hmm.
then only you do it. Otherwise, don't do it for 10%, 20%. It's futile. At the end of 5 years, you will be nowhere. So I would say go for the kill. Don't trade every day. Trade once in a way and make a killing when the right time comes. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely, sir. I
Does
mean, could be mentored by, someone with your experience. I mean, I'm definitely open to learning, but, this is what I've been able to achieve realistically, so that's what I told you.
no, no. The
Uh,
problem with this industry is
yeah.
that nobody has mentors or who
ये आपने कुछ म्यूट का बटन दबाया क्या सीरी?
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Okay. So
गुड टू गो
stock
सर.
mar- stock market is the most difficult job. People think it is easy, but it isn't easy. As you go forward in life, you will realize it's very tough. So, to everybody listening, please have a mentor. On your own, you will draw lines and rockets. It will not help you in the long run. And most of the traders have come after the COVID, so have seen only green, green, green. But that's not how the markets are. Markets are very tumultuous. They are very scary. Here, too, people buy just like that, and you play with how much capital? Shri?
Sir, I currently, manage money for my family. So the capital is to the tune of around 1.3 crores.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm making around 20%. So around 20 odd lakhs a year, you could say, little more than that.
Okay. So,
So,
what do you actually do?
sir, I trade what you generally ask people not to trade. I trade Nifty and Bank Nifty. I trade options.
Sorry to ask you. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing ill, but one day you will
Uh,
get killed. You will not know what to do. I'm not
uh,
wishing, but it will happen. Okay? आप
I mean,
सुधर जा आप सुधर जाओ मत खेलो. If
I
unfortunately if I ask you of Nifty,
yeah,
what is the fifth most weighted stock in Nifty? Do you know that?
I mean, certainly I won't be able to answer that, but the thing is that my strategies are hedged, sir. So in any event, I won't take, an unlimited
अरे बाबा
exposure.
बाबा Shini, I've been around for a long time. ये hedging वेजिंग छोड़ो सब. ऐसा फटका लगेगा और एक ही दिन लगता है. बाय द ग्रेस ऑफ गॉड एक ही दिन फटका लगता है. It can wipe you out. And if you don't know which is the fifth weighted stock in Nifty, or the seventh, or the eighth, or the first, don't you think you are gambling with a number? वो मटका खेलता है वैसा नहीं होता है. नहीं लगता है आपको?
I mean, at any point and during my trade, I know what my max risk is because it's hedged, right? So I'm comfortable with that risk, and without that outlook, I go. I mean, see, I told you, right? I make about 20% an annum. So I even look at in such a way that, my drawdowns are also less. So I mean, I don't try to, shoot for the stars kind of
No,
a,
no. Yeah,
approach.
yeah, I get your point and I wish you all the best, but I'm just saying, you don't know what you are trading in. Your risk is hedged. Okay, I appreciate that. But what do you know about Nifty? Nothing,
Uh,
zilk. And I'm
but
same way. I also don't know, so I don't play. But I know that I don't know, so I don't play. But the problem with everybody is that they know that they don't know, but still they play. So please have some. If you are studying, you would know what you are studying, right?
yeah.
It won't be anything else. So why over here?
Yes, I
Stock.
mean, I tried my dabbled my hand in stocks, and it kind of didn't work in my favor. So this
No,
is,
she.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is a healthy discussion. It's nothing against you, please. Now,
understand, sir.
I have so much of experience, okay? So much of experience. but still I fail. Still I make mistakes. So humans are bound to make mistakes. 40, 45 years, still making lots of mistakes. It happens. But whenever I'm right, there is a killing. And I, I don't want to impose my view on you, but playing Nifty and Bank Nifty is like somebody who doesn't know anything will play Nifty and Bank Nifty. How about the stock market? Stock market is a temple. You buy and sell shares. That is the function of the stock market. These are derivatives. These are synthetic products just to lure people. And believe me, everybody ends up making losses, including Sharad Shah. So please, this is my, what do you say, contention.
Definitely, sir. I completely agree with every point you mentioned. I mean, soon if I get opportunity, I'd definitely like to move out of this arena of trading options here.
No, no, I'm saying trading options is a great business, nothing like that.
Yeah,
And in options only, you will make a killing, but not in Nifty and Bank Nifty, please. Because the options are so mispriced. They are against the buyer and the seller. When you will sell, they will be very cheap. When you will buy, it will be very expensive. Samat, we can start that.
Yes, sir. Please.
I come in peace, no malice, nothing. Whatever happened, happened. Only thing is, if you will abuse me, I will block you or I will abuse you back. And worst case scenario, I'll come to your house and I'll do what is required. So please desist. Be somebody who's from a good family, good upbringing. My upbringing was good, but somewhere in between, I became notorious. I became a gunda, whatever you may call me. You will not be able to match my style. Now I'm 65, 64. I'm at peace. Please don't finger me unnecessarily. Okay. We have certain half-baked truths about our country. I would like to clarify that we are nothing special. Brazil, 2 trillion, population 22 trillion. UK, GDP 3 trillion, population 8 crores. And so forth. Now we are at, because of the dollar rupee, we are at 3 trillion economy and 135 crore people. So I would like to ask everybody, what is so great? Yes, my country is great, but that's saying something. And countries are divided by borders. Borders. Now, there are 50,000 reasons why there are borders. Let me explain you one thing. Every border has a different species. Black people, white people, orange people, green people, round face, square face, everything. So, a natural division is there. If you go to south, people have a different shade. If you come up towards Maharashtra, people have different. So our countries are made basically on uh, our color and all that. Now, what Mr. Anant Acharya said was that if you ask anybody abroad, where is India, they wouldn't know. Now, he made a grammatical mistake. He should have said most of the people, not all people. Now, I have been to US n number of times. I have been to the Midwest. They think Earth is USA. Forget about India. Earth is USA. I've been to Russia. Same problem. They think Russia is the Earth. And what's wrong if he said so? वो कौन सा बड़ा बात बोल दिया कि तुम महाभारत लेके बैठ गए. फिर मेरे को समझ में आया कि अनंत आचार्य इज सेलिंग इज courses, and Mr. Gulecha is also selling his courses. So it is the rivalry that has played out. It's nothing to do with patriotism and all that. What nonsense, yaar. I am saying, I am an Indian. I live in India. I wouldn't go anywhere else, but I hate my country. I hate my our country because there are no civil liberties. People are totally environment unfriendly. They don't know what is environment. And civic sense is zero. So I hate my country. Now, if anybody has objection to this is my opinion. क्या फर्क पड़ता है आपको? और सबने क्या ठेका लेके रखा है अपना कंट्री का. आपने आपको वो पैंट का नाड़ा बांधने का क्या बोलते हैं वो स्ट्रिंग बांधने का अक्ल नहीं है और तुम लेके बैठ जाता है कंट्री मेरा. अरे चुप रहे. और वो बागड़ी साहब को वो बोले यूएस वाला डविश बोलेगा मीटिंग में, फेड का मीटिंग में. मैं बोला भाई नहीं, वो हॉकिश, बहुत हॉकिश. नहीं मैं बोलता हूं. तो वो बोल दिया हॉकिश. हॉकिश ने एकदम हॉकिश. फिर बोलता है 8 लाख कार बेचाना. अभी उसे शेयर बाजार नहीं चलता है फिगर से. इतना होटल फुल है. ले लो इंडियन होटल, आमाबेन हो जाएगा. हम लिए थे इंडियन होटल 2004-05 में, और पहले लिए थे 2002 में. वो एक डिजीज आया था सार्स का उस टाइम. तो 2004-05 में 167 का भाव था. 2021 में भी 167 के नीचे था. अभी बढ़ा. तो इक्विटी इन्वेस्टिंग ऐसे नहीं होता है कि होटल फुल है, एयरलाइन फुल है. एयरलाइन फुल है तो इंडिगो लेगा? पागल है क्या? 70-80 हजार में इंडिगो लेगा? वो हो जाएगा 400 रुपया. अभी ये जो मैं भाव बोलता हूं वो मेरी सोच है, वो मेरा कैलकुलेशन है. अगर आपको पसंद नहीं आता है तो ठीक है, बट डोंट अब्यूज मी यार फॉर हैविंग एन ओपिनियन. अगर आप में कुछ भी है वर्थवाइल, आप दो ना अपना ओपिनियन, रीजनिंग दे दो. बट वाई डू यू अब्यूज मी फॉर व्हाट? ओके, एनीवे. तो बागड़ी साहब भी कूद पड़े ये झगड़े में. मेरे को लगता है ये पॉलिटिकल आदमी है. आई रिस्पेक्ट मिस्टर बागड़ी. But I think he's unnecessary uh, getting into things which he shouldn't be as a good human being. वो एक ट्वीट मारा था ऑन ऑन हंगर इंडेक्स एंड आई फुल्ली अग्री विथ हिम दैट इट्स नॉनसेंस. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है यार. तो ऐसा रिक्वेस्ट हिम, प्लीज डोंट गेट इन्वॉल्व इन अ फाइट बिटवीन टू राइवल्स एंड टेक साइड्स प्लीज. और वो लॉयर का तो बात ही नहीं करता, वो तो पागल है. अभी दूसरा बात है, एचडीएफसी को लेके मैं ट्वीट मारा कि लास्ट सितंबर 8-9 हजार करोड़ का आया था और अभी 10,000 करोड़ आया. तो वो बोला 20% ग्रोथ है. अरे पागल, लास्ट सितंबर में कोविड का प्रॉब्लम था. ओके, दिसंबर में 10,000 आया, मार्च में 10,000 आया, फिर जून में प्रोविजन किया तो 9,500 आया और अभी वापस 10,000 आया. तो वेर इज द ग्रोथ? वेर इज द ग्रोथ? खाम खा बोलते रहते ग्रोथ है ग्रोथ है. किधर है? एचडीएफसी बैंक इज अ वेरी गुड बैंक, is the most mature bank in India, and matured businesses don't command prices. उतना किसी को मालूम नहीं है. और क्या बोलना था?
आईटी रिजल्ट सर.
छोड़ो यार, वो सब 50% हो जाएगा. अरे हम आप लोग को हाथ जोड़ता हूँ मैं, भाई आईटी समझना है ना तो उधर चले जाओ ना यूएस में, और उधर एक्सेंचर का रोज भाव देखो, वो तुमको समझ में आ जाएगा. तुम मेरे पीछे हाथ वो धोके वो क्यों पड़ता है? आई एम जस्ट सेइंग व्हाट आई अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड मार्केट्स. वही इंडिया में होगा. अगर फोर्ड मोटर $11 होता है, $25 का, तो अपना मारुति क्यों 2-3 हजार नहीं होएगा? क्यों नहीं होएगा? ये क्यों महिंद्रा महिंद्रा 700 नहीं हो जाएगा? क्योंकि बुकिंग मिला. अरे भाई, वो धंधा लेके बैठा है, बुकिंग ही मिलेगा कि और कुछ मिलेगा उसको? तो ये सब है ना, शेयर बाजार एक सपना है. जो नए लोग हैं जो समझते नहीं है, उसके लिए एक सपना है. ले लो, ये होएगा वो होएगा वो होएगा वो होएगा. कुछ नहीं होता है. ग्रोथ वाला स्टॉक लेगा आप तो आपका पैसा बनेगा. मैच्योर बिजनेस लेगा तो एचडीएफसी बैंक लगता है 20 साल तक भी ये भाव ना रहे. So please understand. And again, I'm reiterating, I have shares of 8 companies since donkey years. I'm not going to sell them because I'm hedged properly against it, 5-6 times more hedged. So it doesn't make a difference if market goes up or not. And the way I am hedged, markets might go up also, but the stocks that I am hedged will not go up. And another thing I wanted to say was, tuck, 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 tuck. Huh. If you are holding mutual funds, please be careful. I have seen n number of cycles where your mutual funds, you will rue the day you invest. It's not a suggestion to sell or buy, but be careful. And if you are holding it, be prepared. Be prepared. Don't redeem them at a loss. If you are holding it, hold it. But one thing I know, what I understand the most is not the markets or anything else. I understand psychology of people, how they will do, what they will do. So when it touches a nadir, people will panic. There will be redemption. It's going to be really bad, really bad. Now, no suggestion to buy or sell. Please take your own informed decision. Consult your advisor. Blah, 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 blah. World markets. Dow Jones 38,000 to 29,000. Rest of the markets, except India, everybody is in a teasy. Teasy. Nobody knows. All credit markets are frozen. Japan, a 10-year bond is not traded for a couple of days. So, in this situation, how the heck you think our markets will boom? How? Are we special? 3 crore? No, 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 no. 3 trillion market? No, 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 no. 3 trillion GDP. 3.4 trillion market cap. 135 crore people. You see any market in the world, any market except US, where the market cap is more than the GDP of the country. It's so laughable, so laughable. And nobody points it out to you because everybody has a vested interest in the markets being up. Let it be the promoter, the anchor, the advisor. Everybody will say buy, buy, buy. But don't buy. I'm giving you a pointer. Real GDP 1.4 lakh crore. Nominal 2.4 lakh crore. And market cap 2.68 lakh crore. Or whatever it is, 268 trillion. How it can be? Every night I think, how? Why people are so mad? They don't know valuation. I don't know. I know valuation. I don't know. It's crazy, crazy world out there. How on the earth can a Sri? Now people are talking about HDFC Bank. Okay. On Friday evening, Sri Cement came out with the results. Nobody's talking about it. It's a market cap of around 70,000. I'm not very sure. And it made a profit of 190 or 188 crores. Now 70p for a cement share. 70p Cemex, which is one of the largest uh, company in the world in cement. Look at the financials. Hardly 8p and we at 70. And for me, it's okay, yeah, but it's your funeral. You are putting your hard earned money to work. You will be butchered, boss. I have seen falls of 1991 Gulf War and whatnot. This nuclear blast, then the tech boom and the tech failure, or 2008. याद भी नहीं है. So please don't think this is forever. These 2 years after COVID has spoiled you. Markets don't work like this, please. That's the point I'm making. Markets work in a very controlled fashion. They don't go up every day, every month, every year. They go up once in a way. So for that you have to wait. And believe me, on Monday there's results of ACC. Around uh, 200 crores EBITDA against 1,000 crores. India Cement will report EBITDA loss, and you are buying at 230 for what, Joy? For what? Give me one solid reason. Will you buy a cup of coffee if it is 600 rupees? No. You will want it for 400. But India Cement you will buy at 230. Why? I will buy the coffee at 600, but I will not buy India Cement. That, that's the only difference between experienced guy and I see. Look, my IQ is also very low. Yeah, I'm stupid. Only thing is, I'm a strong man. I use strong arm tactics, so I survive. But for you, it's difficult, boss. If you, I got stuck in one share. Price became from 600 to 250. So approach the promoter, say, please take it back from me. So after a lot of argument, he said, okay, I will take it at 250. I said, no way. You will take it from me at 700. Come what may. Argue, then some whatever. So after he took it. But suppose in my place, if you are there, what is the alternative for you? I'll try and understand. This stock market is full of jugglery. How on the earth can you justify price of Hindustan Lever? 67% of the market cap of Unilever worldwide. Come on, yeah. People laugh at Indians. ये पागल लोग ये क्या वैल्यूएशन देता है there is no need of me to prove that I am an Indian citizen and I love my country, but at the same time, I don't like my country. And this is my opinion. Okay, you don't like it, take a walk. Who are you? Why do you become guardians of the society? Okay, somebody has appointed, yes, well and good. But a self-proclaimed क्या जाता है सब में? हम एक बंदूक निकालेगा सब भागेगा पटलों गीला करके क्या मतलब है live in harmony na why where is the need to argue to fight why if I have an opinion that Nifty will touch 10,000 and Srini has an opinion it will become 20,000 okay so what we can have a healthy discussion we can be friends we can be everything but just on my view you become my enemy this is unheard of it's called immature reaction now believe me in my house we have difference of opinions almost 3 times a day so do we start abusing no she always wins, but she convinces me that I am wrong, and I accept it. So similarly in markets also, it's not. I'm not saying I'm right always. I'm right only 13% of the times. 13%. So please explain me be polite, be a gentleman, don't be a गंदी नाली का कीड़ा यार। बेवड़ा है ना ये, क्या बेवड़ा है। हाँ मैं बोलता हूँ निफ्टी 10,000 नहीं उसके नीचे जाएगा, क्योंकि 2020 के पहले उतना ही था। ये जो पीरियड है ना, आप जितना दिमाग से निकाल दोगे ना उतना अच्छा है आपके लिए। चलो समझ भाई, आप ले, अभी थक गया मैं।
या नीलेश भाई, श्रीनी, anyone?
गुड इवनिंग शरद भाई, गुड इवनिंग मिस्टर एस, गुड इवनिंग समद ભાઈ. શરદભાઈ મગજ પર નહીં લેજો કાંઈ બોલવા વાળા બોલે છે તો પ્લીઝ બી हैप्पी. माय हम्बल रिक्वेस्ट, यू प्लीज टेक केयर ऑफ योर हेल्थ. हेल्थ इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन वेल्थ सर.
एक मिनट नीलेश भाई,
हाँ बोलो सर.
आप अपना काम संभालो ना, मेरे को क्यों एडवाइस देता है यार। छोड़ना तू। तू कितने साल का है, मैं कितने साल का हूँ, मैं क्या हूँ, तू क्या है। छोड़ो ना एडवाइस देने का, काम का बात करो यार।
अच्छा सॉरी सॉरी सर, नो प्रॉब्लम.
नहीं क्या ठंडा पड़ो। जब मैं गर्म होके बात करता हूँ ना, तो अंदर से तो मैं ठंडा ही होता हूँ। ये मेरा फसाड है। ओके, यू ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड।
यस यस यस, नो प्रॉब्लम.
तो उसके ज्यादा तुम, ये ट्विटर पे भी सब लोग एडवाइस दे, अरे तू तेरा पटलून का बेल्ट नहीं बांध सकता है और मेरे को एडवाइस देता है। नॉनसेंस। हाँ मतलब आपको नहीं बोलता
नीलेश
हूँ।
भाई, नहीं नहीं सर, ओके नीलेश भाई, मार्केट क्या क्या लग रहा है नेक्स्ट वीक? वो अभी बात करते हैं।
मार्केट रेंज में ही है समझ भाई. 16,800 और 17,250 ये रेंज ही है मोटा मोटी. अ, अभी ये रेंज का ब्रेकडाउन होगा ना तो देन वी विल सी लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर. लेकिन एक मेरा कॉन्ट्रा व्यू है, यूएस मार्केट मेरे को ऊपर लग रहा है टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. यूएस मार्केट में फॉर टाइम बीइंग मंदी खत्म हो गया है ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे. टिल वी डोंट ब्रेक 3,500, अभी जो लो बना है ना वो जब तक हम ब्रेक नहीं करते हैं तो इफ यूएस मार्केट मूव्स अप we'll we will try to consolidate or we will try to what see let's see because interest rate moving there or interest rate coming down there will have a lot of impact everywhere in the world. So let's see. अक्टूबर 23 तारीख मैंने बोला था.
अरे भाई साहब, 38,000 का 29,000 हो गया। अभी
हाँ,
ऊपर जावे नीचे जावे अपने को क्या फर्क पड़ता है। मेरी बीवी से तेरे को क्या लेना देना।
नहीं नहीं सर,
दैट इज,
वो ऐसा है ना. नहीं नहीं
ऐसा ही हो। अरे छोड़ो यार प्लीज
अरे
ये। अ,
सर,
मैं
लेट मी
कंटाल
कंप्लीट.
गया, मैं कंटाल गया ये निफ्टी का बात सुन सुन के।
सुनो,
निफ्टी किधर भी जावे, स्टॉक का हालत देखो ना यार, उसका बात करो ना।
नहीं स्टॉक तो मैंने सर पब्लिक फोरम पे भी बोला था. टाटा मोटर्स लुकिंग बैड टू मी. तो ऑलरेडी वो आ गया है 400. आपने भी वो कंफर्म किया था, वो समद भाई ने भी कंफर्म किया था. तो स्टॉक वाइज, सर्टन स्टॉक वाइज आई एम बेरिश ऑल्सो. दैट्स नॉट के
नहीं नहीं
हम
देखिए,
बेर.
स्टॉक मार्केट इज ऑल अबाउट स्टॉक्स।
यस.
and and I dislike people who talk about Nifty and Bank Nifty. वो ये आयशर मोटर ऊपर नीचे हो जाएगा, कुछ भी हो जाएगा, क्या फालतू में, वाई वेस्ट टाइम। आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट माय टाइम ऑन निफ्टी। आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट माय टाइम ऑन इन यूएस मार्केट। मेरे को क्या हाँ है, मेरे को लेना देना, बट वो अपनी जगह पे है। उसका दो कंपनी है, एप्पल और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, उतना तो अपना मार्केट कैप भी नहीं है। तो क्यों बात करने का इन द सेम ब्रेथ। ये
ठीक है, बट
दर्शन
सर,
इंजीनियर,
हाँ सर,
ये
हाँ
दर्शन
सर,
इंजीनियर है, ले ना उसको।
और कोई स्पेसिफिक स्टॉक्स में नीलेश भाई?
नहीं नहीं, मेरे को कुछ नहीं बोलना है. थैंक यू.
अरे नाराज काय को होता है, नहीं बोलने का है बोलना। अब बोलने को ना बोला है क्या। मैं बोला
अरे
देख देख
अरे अरे सर
नीलेश,
नाराज
नहीं
नहीं,
नहीं,
नाराज
अभी
नाराज.
प्रैक्टिकल, बी प्रैक्टिकल। आप
हाँ
निफ्टी खेलते हो? मैं नहीं खेलता हूँ।
सर, मैं एज
नहीं तो
अ सर,
मैं
मैं अभी
मैं सिर्फ
मैं अभी
स्टॉक्स खेलता हूँ।
हाँ
Because I think stock market is about stocks, not about निफ्टी।
yes,
आप पागल लोग हैं, पूरा दिन निफ्टी निफ्टी, अरे क्या रखा है निफ्टी में? एक गुमराह करने के लिए है सबको, गुमराह, और लोग गुमराह हो जाते हैं। अगर किसी में भी अक्ल है ना, जितना भी एक 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 कोड़ी का भी अक्ल है, वो निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी वो नई बात करेगा या खेलेगा। और ऑप्शंस जहर है, जहर, साइनाइड। जबान पे रख दिया तुम मर जाएगा, वो चीज है। तो तुम बोलो नीलेश भाई, मैं तेरे को चुप नहीं किया। इट्स नथिंग
नहीं नहीं,
पर्सनल।
अरे अरे सर, दिल पे मत लो, ऐसा नहीं है, मेरे दिमाग में भी कुछ नहीं है सर। वो
चलिए।
stock specific, Tata Motor looks bad to me still. I'll not be surprised. We will be seeing very very bad results for the same, especially in Tata Motors. On the upper side, एक TVS मोटर में एक अच्छा रिवर्सल दिखा है, तो यू कैन वन कैन गो शॉर्ट विद द स्टॉप लॉस ऑफ से
नहीं
10%
बेचना,
और सो।
टीवीएस मोटर नहीं बेचना कोई भी हालत में। वो
हाँ
ऑपरेटर लीवर स्टॉक है, प्लीज वो छोड़ दो।
हाँ हाँ, लेकिन मैं सर व्यू बताता हूँ, मेरा व्यू बताता हूँ सर। और
विकल्प हो।
आई एम हाँ, आई एम बुलिश ऑन जाइडस लाइफ साइंसेज। 402-3 का प्राइस है, मेरे को 380 के नीचे नहीं लग रहा है, इसमें भाव डबल हो जाएगा, तो दिस इज माय बुलिश स्टैंस ऑन जाइडस।
नहीं नहीं, जाइडस 415 का भाव है। मैं शुक्रवार को
हाँ
बेचता हूँ, वो जोर में बेचता हूँ उसको। Anyway, वो तो चलता ही रहेगा, आपका लेना मेरा बेचना चलता ही रहेगा।
हाँ
Okay.
हाँ
Yeah, Darshan.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Very well.
Can you hear me, please? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you are audible, sir.
Sorry. I
Yes,
thought my network had a problem. So let's begin with happy data walking into the festive season, right? Because that's a good starting point. So we
yes,
will not speak. I mean, I have no opinion on markets in terms of Nifty, so I'm not going to even get there. But I'm going to share with you some happy data or data which I think merits attention. So I'm going to
yes.
quote from this Financial Times last Saturday interview, which FT, FT weekend has typically, lunch or dinner with a, large, relevant business professional. And they're not necessarily Indians, but I mean, they're basically, like last week was with Elon Musk. Elon Musk was asked very nicely, ke, Elon, with the kind of stress that US has with China, what is your opinion? So he had two things to say. So he said, with respect to my own business, it may quite happen, it may so happen that I may only land up producing vehicles in China for Chinese markets. So one is he believes that maybe he's running the risk that he may not be able to even export a product made out of China. Similarly, last Saturday, we had this crazy Biden administration clamp down on, everything to do with Chinese tech, supply of equipment, designs, professionals, everything. It's in the papers now over the past 2, 3 days everywhere. But this happened last week Saturday. I mean, it was reported last week Saturday, which effectively I would assume that they did on Friday in the US time. Now, and the other relevant piece, sir, which I'm going to highlight to you, is that Germany has gone ahead and said that this $200 billion subsidy pool, which we have given for our industry, 200 billion euro, is relevant because it is kind of it sizes up our economy. And now we've just read today that the German chancellor is scheduled to go to on a China visit. You had a Chinese plenary conference today. The Chinese did not react to effectively a US clampdown on the technology industry. Now, so I'm going to give you a hypothesis. Now, this is not my hypothesis, but I learned, I heard from a very knowledgeable person So it's like, flying a kite in the sky. But I think sometimes we should fly a kite in the sky, right? It's Diwali, we can fly a kite in the sky. So the flight in the sky kind of an opinion. I have not checked the data. So please forgive me for being limited in supporting you with the data stat. So what he said was, a very learned guy, he said that US endowment funds, which typically have an 8% return profile, have invested close to $3 trillion dollars in China. And he's saying that this $3 trillion dollars virtually has made no money for them over long periods of time. Now, these endowment fund story was also captured on Twitter yesterday by somebody reporting that most are reported very measly single digit numbers that are closer to zero, and some actually report negative numbers. So now, if this $3 trillion dollars has to, so effectively now you have endowment funds who are saying that I want an MSCI index where the Chinese weights are rationalized, or that there's no Chinese weight, and show me a product which is non-Chinese weight. Now, when a $3 trillion decides to move out, now I'm assuming the number 3 trillion is correct, sir. So first my limited point is the $3 trillion number is correct. But let's assume for the sake of arguments the number is correct. If this $3 trillion decides to move around and between 10 to 15 percentage points of this data number moves around, you're talking about 400 to 500 billion dollars of liquidity looking for a market to absorb that. With inflation running far higher than the effective coupon, including after the sell-off in bond markets, well over, negative. I mean, all of them are negative return risk. Which effectively, last 2 days everybody's been also circulating the Russell Napier article. Effectively, what they are saying is that if you own bonds, you're dead. Now, about a $500 billion of capital looking to buy new assets, and nearly the whole bond market effectively at a negative yield. One doesn't really know how it will work because equity can't be supportive in higher bond yield environment after beyond a point. But it could be, sir, that a lot of Asian markets, including the likes of India, have no floating stock to absorb the liquidity. And that's the interesting point. The comment of Elon Musk again tells you that anything which is in the nature of engineering stroke knowledge industry has to figure out how to get out of China. So what we are seeing today, that iPhone 14, China has moved, I think it just could be very small starting blocks of what we will see across the whole space. So on that happy note, sir, I'll stop here. I thought these were two happy data points which I will share. Otherwise, I wish you, including all of your listeners, a wonderful festive season. I just went to some of these places which are festive oriented shopping areas, and I can only tell you with great comfort that it is difficult to squeeze inside these areas also. That's the kind of crowd that I've witnessed. I hope this is a one-off. It doesn't
No, no,
necessarily reflect the longer term, but this behavior prima facie seems very positive.
no,
So with
no.
this
But
happy note, I will stop here. I'm happy to, if you have any specific questions, happy to answer.
yeah, you can hear me. Samad, you can hear me.
यस सर आवाज आ रही है आपकी
Sir, audible,
Yeah.
audible, sir.
One is market. It's frozen. What do you read?
Okay, so I will sign off with no questions here. Everybody, have a pleasant holiday.
No. Hello, Darshan. I'm asking you that this bond market in Japan has frozen. What do you read out of it? Hello?
Darshan bhai.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. Yes, I'm here.
No, I'm asking.
Am I audible, please? I'm not too
Yes,
sure.
sir.
My network. Is it good?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. You are audible.
Okay, sorry.
Samad,
Yes.
you ask him the question. No.
Darshan bhai, Sharad bhai is asking the bonds in the Japan market. 10-year bond is not traded for the past 6 days. So what
Yes. So only good thing about Japan, sir, is that the population, they will not claim their money because they're aging very fast, and B, all them are owned by Bank of Japan only. So that's the only good thing about Japan. But I'll tell you one very good thing about Japan. So in Japan in March 2020, they stopped visitors from coming into the country. I was scheduled, I had a visa, they stopped me. They have effectively now written to me that I can now come to that country. They have opened themselves a visa. So the country is progressing, but that's the only good thing about Japan. The only good thing you must remember about Japan that all the debt is owned by the Japanese government and its bodies. It's not owned by outsiders, which effectively means it doesn't really matter whether the 10-year bond trades or not. But you must remember that in Bank of England, when the 10-year bond didn't trade, the pension fund collapsed, the chancellor was kicked out, and you potentially have the prime minister whose shelf life is compared to the shelf life of a cabbage. So, very different markets. But yes, I mean, one can never see. I'm not trying to say, okay, let's underestimate the strength of the dollar index. Huh? I'm not suggesting that at all. But I think that a lot of damage is in, and I would just highlight one little report of JP Morgan last week, which said that the absolute value of dollar shorts in the system or dollar longs in the system is $20 trillion. The previous high in 2008 was half that number. So the system is very well positioned and very well priced to recognize that the dollar and the interest rates by Feds will continue. So that's priced in. It doesn't mean it will topple over and all. I'm just trying to be a little, trying to be a little positive, but it doesn't mean that the pain stops. I thought these developments in China are so nightmarish in terms of semiconductor that I think we have not understood. It's like waging a war on China, and this is very serious stuff. So but it's going to be interesting, sir, as we evolve. I mean, I thought these are two very big, relevant pieces of news. And you have the German Chancellor visiting China next week or something. The trip was announced only today. I think these are positive things. I see no risk. I mean, I don't see, I don't want to get up on a table and say, boss, teji hai. I mean, I don't think that's the case. I'm not suggesting that. But I'm just saying that pockets of strength where the government is giving you a subsidy or underwriting the projects by providing subsidy. I think, like for example, the whole energy infrastructure that we spoke about, many weeks ago. ये सब reversible नहीं है. इन लोग तो they have no choice but to do that. And I think India में we have to play these opportunities. I think we don't have to necessarily go and probably. So one interesting data again I'll share with you. Shopify and such other e-commerce companies. There's a little write up in Bloomberg last week. I'm sure some people have already read it. It was also in a lot of newspapers. So they're acknowledging that the online model is over. We have to we think that the people want to visit malls, people want to visit shops, people want to go to high street. So when you look at it, the high street model in India has also started showing strength. But it doesn't mean they are great values because they're so ridiculously priced. It doesn't mean they're great places to be in. But the whole philosophy कि ये private equity funded e-commerce businesses will destroy standalone brick and mortar businesses, that doesn't seem to be playing out as efficiently across every business. It worked where Barnes and Nobles got destroyed by Amazon, but it is not killing at this point of time a Walmart or a Costco or such others. I mean, I'm just talking about G7 model. I'm not trying to relate it to Indian models. So I will stop here. Otherwise I'm ranting away. That'd be unfair for me to not give space to somebody else.
ये विकास लोहिया वो कौन है? उसको स्पीकर बनाना बोलता है मैं बेवड़ा है.
नहीं, मैंने कमेंट किया है सर, उनको बोला है मैंने.
अच्छा ठीक है. अभी फॉर द बेटर गुड आप आनंद भाई को स्पीकर बनाओ, उसको क्लैरिफाई करने दो.
Am I missing something, Samad bhai? Were you saying something? Did I miss something?
नहीं. सर आनंद भाई को मेरे को तो नहीं दिखते सर.
मेरे
I've
को
sent him a request. I've sent
If
him
he
a
can
request.
place a request. पता
I've
नहीं अभी
already
क्या
shared a
issue है.
request with.
I'm sorry, I'm not really tech savvy. If you don't mind, can you ask if you send me something? I'm not able to figure out how this works in my phone.
नहीं नहीं सिरी, एक मिनट। या आनंद जी को तो भेजा है रिक्वेस्ट अभी।
चलिए, राजेश भाई बोलिए।
या अनंत भाई इज कम अप एज ए स्पीकर सर।
नहीं, अभी राजेश भाई को लेते हैं बाद
Go on
में।
mute, please.
या राजेश भाई, राजेश भाई अनम्यूट कीजिए और बोलिए।
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. Sir, this is regarding a small cap. Sir, what about EV segment, sir? Is there, I mean, will it propel in India, or is it waste of time to invest in EV segment stocks?
It's too early. We don't know which company will work and which will not work. So it's too early.
Okay, sir, and one more question. If we follow this logic, and see, the end product is a pretty risky one as per your analysis. Actually, your earlier analysis, what I've followed now also. So is it wise to pick up the ancillaries part, or else those also are risky?
No, I don't like automobiles or ancillaries.
Okay,
You can do your own research and buy them if you feel like.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Anand Bhai, you will give a clarification to our esteemed friends who launched a tirade against you. So this is the place where you can counter. Go ahead.
ट्रूली स्पीकिंग व्हाट इज देयर टू काउंटर शरद भाई? बोलने वाले जो बोलना है बोलते हैं, नंबर वन। नंबर टू, संत कबीर ने बोला था, जात न पूछो साधु की, पूछ लीजिए ज्ञान, मोल करो तलवारी का, पड़ा रहने दो म्यान। द पॉइंट इज, this is a space which is devoted to the financial markets. Now, I have come here as a technical analyst, as a person who understands little bit about technicals. So rather than pay attention to my analysis of the market and listen to what I have to say about the market, somebody has picked up some statement I made about India and Bangladesh and blown it out of proportion. There is nothing for me to clarify. I don't need anybody's certificate in patriotism or whether I understand India or I don't understand India. Then coming to the point, यार मैंने बहुत कुछ बोला, तो बोलने से, उसके बोलने से मेरा जो एक्सपर्टीज है और माय इंफॉर्मेशन और नॉलेज अबाउट द मार्केट्स, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी diminished in any way. Third, हुआ क्यों? Now, if you actually go and start looking into who has done it, you will see that it is other speakers and trainers who are very how do you say, concerned or bothered that people are listening to these spaces. आप, मैं आपके स्पेस में आता हूँ, रोहित के स्पेस में जाता हूँ, और एक वो गुरलीन के स्पेस में जाता हूँ, दूसरे स्पेसेस में मैं नहीं जाता। अगर आपने वो जो मेन स्टेटमेंट जो जहां से वो उसको ब्लो अप करने का कोशिश किया, वो अगर देखते, तो बॉटम लाइन उसमें क्लियर लिखा है, स्टिल यू वांट टू गो एंड लिसन टू हिम इन स्पेसेस. The point is, where is his attention? His attention is to attack me personally and not on the knowledge or the subject which is spoken about. Third, I had most of the time you will see people attacking me are either trainers, other trainers in the market, or their cronies around who they have developed. Now, I had just launched a day trading workshop next month, and as पता नहीं why people do like to come to my workshops. Even 1.5 months before the workshop, my workshop is completely sold out. अब ये हजम नहीं होता है उनको जब भी मैं हर बार सोल्ड आउट बोर्ड लगाता हूँ, तो उनको यही लगता है तो अटैक कैसे करे इसको, बस पर्सनल अटैक लेकर आ जाओ कहीं भी कोई भी छोटा चीज. डिड दे टॉक अबाउट द मार्केट्स? नो. Did they talk about anything about my analysis? No. Did they talk about my systems? No. Did they talk about views of the market? No. So what is the attack about? It is like calling someone by anything. Neither am I a saint, nor have I ever claimed I am a saint. Am I patriotic? I don't need anybody's certificate. I know what I am. इतना चांस रहने के बाद भी मैं आज भी इंडिया का पासपोर्ट पे इतना घमंड रखता हूँ कि दिस इज माय कंट्री, सो आई डोंट नीड देयर दिस वन. इनको क्या एक्सप्लेनेशन देने का, क्या फेब काउंटर करने का कुछ नहीं. हाथी चलता है तो कुत्ते बहुत भौंकते हैं, भौंकने दो कुत्तों को. जस्ट कंटिन्यू टू डू.
Anand, before you joined in,
हाँ.
I had uh, concluded it's nothing but rivalry about paid courses, nothing else.
एग्जैक्टली दैट इज व्हाट इट इज.
Hmm.
हाँ, चालू किसने किया? वामिद गुलेचा ने चालू किया. इट इज ओके. आई डोंट इवन थिंक इज एन एनालिस्ट एंड ही स्टार्टेड इट, बट दैट इज परफेक्टली फाइन. ही कैन
Yeah, it's
अटैक दिस.
okay, okay. It doesn't make a difference.
ही डजंट मेक.
नीलेश भाई, आपका क्या बोलना है? आपने हाथ ऊपर किए.
सर मैं भी ये स्पेस में था जिधर हम लोग को टैग किया था, और एवरीबडी एट रैंडम दे हैव सेड यू ऑल आर मोरॉन गोइंग एंड लिसनिंग टू द स्पेसेस. So they don't have to tell us who are they, who
अरे
are
ठीक
us.
है, अरे वो ठीक है
नहीं
यार.
नहीं सर, नहीं नहीं
नहीं नहीं ठीक
शरद
नहीं,
सर,
इट्स
जो
क्वेश्चन ऑफ
जो
सेल्फ
बोला है
रिस्पेक्ट सर.
नीलेश भाई का वो सही है सर.
इट्स अ
नहीं
क्वेश्चन ऑफ सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट सर.
नहीं 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 नहीं,
कि
आई
आप
डोंट टेक इट दैट वे. अरे
एट एट एट
वो,
रैंडम एवरीबडी यू आर
अरे
सेइंग
कोई
यू
मेरे
पीपल
को
आर मोरॉन.
चूतिया बोलेगा तो मैं चूतिया हो जाएगा? नहीं होएगा. छोड़ो ना ये फालतू का. किसी के
गौतम
बोलने से कुछ सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट नहीं घटता अपना.
गौतम बुद्ध को कोई आदमी बहुत गाली दे रहा था.
हम्म.
गौतम बुद्ध हंस के ऐसे ही चलते गए, तो वो आदमी बहुत गुस्सा हुआ और तो पूछा, मैं इतना गाली दे रहा हूँ तुम्हारे को अफेक्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? उसने बोला, आपने गाली दिया, मैंने लिया नहीं, तो वो गाली तेरे पास ही रह गया, वो गाली अपने पास ही रख. तो डू वॉट एवर यू वांट, हाउ डू आई केयर, डज इट मेक अ डिफरेंस इन माय लाइफ? कल मेरा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल भरने तो आएगा, मेरा बिजली का, मेरा घर का खर्चा चलाने तो आएगा, नहीं आएगा तो मैं क्यों चिंता करूं? यू आर प्रैक्टिकली नोबडी. Even when Rohit was trying to give an answer to that statement, when we make an analysis that rupee can go to 150, 188, 90 जो हो रहा है, and we are talking, so I would be very happy. I would not be happy because rupee is weakening. I would be happy because my analysis went right. But that was not what was driven. The point it was driven was, you are so unpatriotic. You live in India, Bangladesh chala ja, idhar chala ja. So does it really make any sense? Doesn't make any sense. ये तो रोज टीवी पे सुनते हैं, हंसते
Sir,
हैं.
sir, one point to add, sir. Rajesh here, sir. Everyone says I love my country. I don't understand what they love in the country, sir. Roads, such a they love roads. They love buildings. They love governance. They love management. I don't understand, sir. There no medical facility, nothing. What is there, sir? I don't see. Even till now, I don't understand. I love my country means
Rajesh,
there is
Rajesh,
nothing.
Rajesh.
Yeah.
If you ask me, that since I have traveled a lot around the globe, I
Yeah.
have been to over 80 countries. Okay, now
Okay.
I can tell you very well, the country that you are living in is heaven.
Okay.
You have not seen countries where you don't have freedom. You have not seen countries where even to go out and in the evening you have to think two times. इंडिया इज, अगर मेरे को पूछो इंडिया के बारे में अच्छा क्या है, बुरा क्या है, मैं भी गिना देता हूँ. पूछो अच्छा क्या है. बस इंडिया में आपको आप प्रधानमंत्री को गाली दे सकते हो, किसी दूसरे देश में दे के दिखाओ, including the
Uh,
great US. Okay, you have the freedom. You can do whatever you want in India except murder and rape. आप कितने भी laws तोड़ो India में, we still have a ability to address and live the way life the way we want.
Sir, are you supporting or criticizing? I am not understanding.
I am doing both. I
Both,
have
okay.
criticism for India also. I have praise for India also. Boss, I am very proud of those three lions on my passport. Okay,
Okay.
I'm an Indian. I am discriminated across the world. I am, but still, I will not give up my Indian passport. Why? I have seen what it means to live as an Indian abroad. I have seen how other countries people live. Go and live in the US. Bloody, you are living in fear all the time. That one bugger at the airport say, "Are you threatening me?" And even you cannot even raise your voice. He will take you inside. You don't know what is the freedom. You go and scream at the in the airport. You really we get away with a lot of things in India. मेडिकल फैसिलिटी नहीं है, बस पॉपुलेशन कितना है अपना, ये तो सोचो। वो प्रधानमंत्री
No,
जब
no, sir. No, not like that, sir.
आनंद भाई, ये टॉपिक अभी इधर, it was just you
करते हैं।
to clarify your position, which you have done very well, and no more discussion on India. And according to me, I am holding an Indian passport, but I am not at all proud about it. It's not acceptable almost at all countries. क्या मतलब है? Okay, anyway, it's a different discussion. Nothing to do with stock market. We stick to stock market. Yeah, Srinivasan, tell me.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is quite a fun session. I agree with Anand Bhai that Bakchodi allowed. I love this country for that at least. So, and obviously the people. So, one point I want to make: out of 1,000 people who may have listened to that completely out of context 18-second clip, एक बंदे ने पकड़ा होगा जो आनंद भाई ने एक्चुअली एक्सप्लेन किया था कि अबाउट आवर इम्पोर्ट बिल इज समथिंग एंड एक्सपोर्ट बिल इज समथिंग। वो एक बंदे जिसने पकड़ा है ना वो पॉइंट, वो ही पैसा बनाएगा, बाकी 999 लोग डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो गए। So I come back to my favorite thesis, which is an extremely distracted market. I've not seen such distraction from main point in my, मतलब I'll say in my life now. And हमने भी बुल रन देखा है, हमने भी पिछला बबल खेला था. It wasn't this distracted. This one is some other level of distraction. I think we're set up for a nasty November. Let's give it a tagline. तो अच्छा नास्टी नवंबर आएगा, उसमें काफी बैंड बजेगा।
अक्टूबर
RBI,
भी हो सकता है, अक्टूबर भी हो सकता है।
हाँ, I meant October, but I thought थोड़ा अपने आप को ऑप्शन बाय है ना, so buy longer dated, so वही वाला किया मैंने।
23 अक्टूबर आना है बस।
हाँ, I feel October, to be honest, we're speaking among friends, even I feel October.
एक क्या बात है, नीलेश भाई भी 23 अक्टूबर, ये भी 23 अक्टूबर को है क्या?
सर सोलर
मेरा
एक्लिप्स,
बर्थडे है क्या?
सोलर एक्लिप्स है सर।
अच्छा, सोलर एक्लिप्स है। ओके, श्रीनिवासन,
सोलर सोलर एक्लिप्स
श्रीनिवास
25 तारीख को
Yes,
है।
sir.
Saturn is going retrograde on 23rd April.
And on 23rd April, Sun changes his house. That's important. All three happen together.
Yeah, Srini, you continues. Sorry
Yes,
to
sir.
interrupt.
No, sir. So I noticed, Sharad sir, you're trying, and it's a very good thing. I'm going to try and pick up on it, orient us to thinking a little more about stocks. So I can't offer insights on stocks. I'm more like the demand side, etc. But I've noticed 5 categories of stocks, and I'll run through them quickly. So number 5 is, and I'm talking about where about price movement eventually. Now, medium term, not about what will happen next week. Number 5 is news based, or some इसको license मिल जाएगा या इसका funding आ रहा है या follow on issue and all. Those are tactical, like specific. Number 4 is business model is F या promoter चोर है. तो economy double हो या आधा हो, we're going to lose money there. So therefore avoid. Number 3 is kind of where the sector is something interesting. So, for example, digital stuff, which is doing well, or I keep picking up on visa services or things which will anyway do well, even if the total economic pie is not rocking. Uh, Number two would probably be the export market, very direct saying. So this is where I think a lot of things are struggling. And number one is like the Indian economy. So one thing I want to like tell fellow retail investors, stocks are not determined purely by what's happening in the Indian economy. Um, but I want to offer some insight on the Indian economy. And so one bullish, one not so bullish point. The bullish point is category three कि एक sector theme है which what Mr. Dinesh engineer was talking about. I think that's very big, which is the West in some form is going to outsource energy manufacturing to us. Like we will be part of the energy manufacturing supply chain creation. So whether they were making machines or whatnot, and this is something I have very little knowledge of, but that spaces which was there about I think 2 months back, जहाँ शरद सर एंड दिनेश का काफी अच्छा डिस्कशन हुआ उस पे. I think that is one interesting theme. So if later on someone has names about those companies, happy to hear. On the Indian economy, here's my take, and just please, before people troll me later saying आपने बोला FMCG sale गिरेगा तो levers का stock price नहीं गिरा. अरे I can't, no, the stocks don't behave like that. But levers का sale कम हुआ ना, so at least that part I was right about. So the economic momentum has not changed in India. I think the festive season, sales, etc. At a overall level, things aren't looking pleasant. The discussion in the boardroom is Sharad sir, are we in the mood for like a two minute, not longer than that, economic lesson, consumer demand? थोड़ा ज्ञान होगा इसमें फिर.
हाँ हाँ हाँ, करो करो.
Okay, so I'll go back 10 years. The great RBI Governor Y.V. Reddy, he explained black money. So he said there is no such thing as black money. What you're referring to possibly is ill-gotten wealth, but that implies morality. So you're talking about unaccounted wealth. So his point was un there is formal transaction, which you can call black transaction. There is sorry, white transaction. There is informal transaction. So and दोनों में morality ठीक हो सकता है. So my istri wala is earning, saving maybe 2,000 rupees a month. It notionally is black money or black transaction because it's outside the official. It's in cash from me. I'm not committing a crime by paying my istri wala 100 rupees. Neither is he committing a crime by receiving 100 rupees. Now he accumulates this 2,000 rupees a month for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and वो जाके बाइक खरीदता है. So जब वो बाइक खरीदता है, whoosh, that money comes as a formal transaction. So Y.V. Reddy's point was basically think about black money as not a black money, but informal economy and formal economy. And this example he gave was basically to highlight they both joined at the hip. तो इस्त्री वाला का बिजनेस बढ़ा, एक दिन जाके हीरो का मोटर बाइक ज्यादा बिकेगा. And Hero will then promote me from brand manager to senior brand manager. So I will buy more shirts and I will give more business to the Istriwala. So the formal, informal economy feed off each other. The debate in boardrooms now, which is a topic I think some of us have talked about for 2 years, but it's not come out. And now, since it's in boardrooms, I'm comfortable now bringing it up here. Is about the informal economy. If you take India's formal economy, it has grown, suppose, 3%. Because now remember, there's this big GDP deflator debate, which honestly debate nahi hai, valid point tha, and log bas bhul gaya. So one school argues that if you do the GDP maths as per the earlier calculation, India's GDP growth is maybe 3% real GDP. So if you take this number, 10 years ago has become roughly 130. Now, 10 years ago, the informal economy was estimated to be 50%. So 10 years ago, we were 100 plus 50. So total economy was 150. Now, if we assume the informal economy has been reduced a lot in share, because of GST or digital. We're seeing SMEs, close down, many of them, etc., etc. And suppose it has come down to 10. It looks like the Indian economy has actually shrunk over a 10-year period. That we have gone from a 150 informal plus formal to maybe a 149 informal plus formal. This seems like a radical conclusion. Say, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? Fastest growing economy, etc. In which case, you say, thamba, thamba. When we look at, because this is how consumer guys will do the math, saying, ये हमको फर्क नहीं पड़ता, स्त्री वाला को व्हाइट में मिल रहा है पैसा, ब्लैक में मिल रहा है, वो सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक खरीदता है, हमारा माल बिक गया, मोटर बाइक खरीदता है, हमारा माल बिक गया, दोनों लिस्टेड कंपनियां, आपका शेयर प्राइस बढ़ गया. So eventually everyone benefits, right? When you look at mobile sales, four-wheeler sales, volume numbers, when you look at FMCG volume numbers, you start getting the feeling that maybe this is true. When you look at employment numbers, when you look at wages, there was a huge debate, and correct है कि इन्फोसिस का तनख्वाह 10 साल पहले 30,000 था, अभी भी 30,000 है. So how many additional istriwalas and domestic maids is that Infosys fresh graduate able to support? So therefore, on parameter one, which is the Indian economy growth, we may not have stocks which do well in the near future, even once this overvaluation is corrected. I feel the only bullish thesis is the third category, that new sector creation, like this, us helping the West build their energy infra. So this capex theme, jiske baare mein I don't know much. I just wanted to throw this out there, see if there are any reactions.
Yeah, Dr. Amit.
गुड इवनिंग समर सर. मार्केट के बारे में तो कुछ बोलना नहीं है आज. खत्म हो गया है सब मेरे दिमाग में से. थोड़ा बहुत
क्या बात
देशभक्ति
करेंगे?
के बारे में बोलना था.
आपके लिए देशभक्ति क्या है अमित भाई?
वही बोलना मुझे. देखो, करीबन 8 साल पहले मैं देशभक्ति ये समझता था कि अगर चाइना हमको परेशान कर रहा है तो हमको इतनी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी कि चाइना की हर प्रोडक्ट से बेटर हम प्रोडक्ट बनाए और दुनिया में बेच बेच के उसको हरा दे. ये मेरी देशभक्ति 7-8 साल पहले की थी. फिर क्या हुआ, ये सोशल मीडिया, ट्विटर और सब काफी कुछ आया और उन्होंने मुझे सही दिशा दिखाई कि छोड़े, बहुत सिंपल चीज है. सबसे हार्ड चीज है देशभक्ति के बॉयकॉट कर दे आप तुम इसको, चाइनीज प्रोडक्ट को. तब से मैं वो हार्ड वर्किंग में कर रहा हूँ. तो वही है मेरे लिए अभी तो देशभक्ति. मजा आ रहा है. बहुत टफ चीज है ये बॉयकॉट करना. कितनी परेशान होती है कि बिना चाइना का मोबाइल से हम कैसे बॉयकॉट करके मैसेज भेज सके. सो इट इज रियली चैलेंजिंग फॉर मी. तो बस वही, मैं तो अभी वही स्ट्रगल कर रहा हूँ और एक दिन मैं श्योर इसको हरा दूंगा बॉयकॉट करके. हम नंबर 1 बनने ही वाले. बस थोड़ी टाइम की बात है. बस इतना ही कुछ कहना है देशभक्ति के बारे में. बाकी मार्केट के बारे में तो वही है सर. तो ट्राई टू कंट्री को आगे ले जा सकता हूं मैं ऐसे.
आवाज कट रही है सर.
ओके, आई थिंक नेटवर्क इश्यू. तो वो बस वही देशभक्ति के बारे में तो इतना ही है. मैं समझाऊं अभी कि सबसे टफ चीज है, बॉयकॉट कर लो आप. बहुत टफ चीज है. प्रोडक्ट, बेटर प्रोडक्ट बनाना बहुत इजी चीज है. कोई भी बना सकता है. चाइना, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात. आ रही आवाज सर?
या हमको ट्विटर पे से वो कू में जाना पड़ेगा अगर देशभक्ति की बात करेंगे तो.
नहीं वही है. तो मैं तो वही समझ रहा हूँ और ये थैंक्स ये सोशल मीडिया के मुझे सही रास्ता दिखाया उन लोगों ने. तो अभी इसी बात पे काम कर रहा हूँ. देश को आगे जरूर ले जाऊंगा मैं. बस इतना ही बोलना है सर आज तो.
या विष्णु शशांक ज्वाइन हुआ है. यस विष्णु भाई.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thanks everyone for giving me the opportunity. Sharad sir, just a few questions for you. One is regarding this pledging of shares. So suppose the promoter pledges his shares and the price goes below whatever price he promised the bank. How long does it usually take for the bank to sell the shares in the market? Hello.
Hello, Sharad sir. Yeah, Vishnu, can you repeat that question?
So, sir, I was asking when a promoter pledges his shares with the bank and the stock price goes below whatever price was promised with the bank, how much time do the banks give the promoter to show up with the money before they sell the
It
shares?
is between it is between the bank and the
Mm.
promoter, but basically it is not more than 1 month.
Gotcha. Okay. And one last question is in another one of these spaces, Sharas was saying that when you're trading, you need to get out of your comfort zone, which I really liked. So my question is just to get a benchmark of what Sir is trading on when he's out of his comfort zone, basically when he plays big. May I know, sir, what generally contract value you play, sir?
Sharad sir, hello. I think there is some network issue.
Acha,
Vishnu.
acha. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, आनंद भाई नेक्स्ट वीक का कुछ बोलो ना मार्केट का.
अरे बहुत सिंपल है. थर्सडे का जो जितना डाउ का रैली था उसके अगेंस्ट में neither Nifty performed as well nor did the Dow see any follow through. Now if a 3% rally does not find a follow through the very next day, and especially the S&P 500, it is almost as the previous day's open. So then it is more or less more like what is called a dark cloud cover. So, and these 3% rallies in a bear market, if people remember, every time I keep repeating it, bear market rallies are vicious and very fast, and markets don't form bottoms like this. For the bottom to form, the market should reduce its daily ranges. With those huge ranges which was there before the rally in the declines, there is no way that this could be a change in trend. Plus, news never changes the trend. What did the news come in? That way, what the inflation was higher. Now, what do you expect from this? Will the Fed stop increasing, which because it is higher, or whatever they may be? The point was, it was only a technical bounce which took the market higher. And other thing is, except the equity market, no other market like the bonds, the forex, commodity, nothing actually showed that kind of same action. So this was just an isolated technical oversold area from where the market bounced. Next day, it finished off its oversold condition and it started going down. So next week, market is likely to be very, very much down. What is it that is expected? अभी भी वही लेवल पकड़ के बैठता हूँ. 18,100 आने तक कोई जल्दी नहीं है to call for a bull market. I am looking for this market to head down. And next week we will almost end from tomorrow. We will almost go into 23rd of October. There is likely to be extreme weakness this week.
थैंक यू. या निखिल, आपको कुछ पॉइंट रखना है?
नहीं सर, मैं तो आनंद सर के साथ हूँ, मार्केट में भी और देशभक्ति में भी.
ठीक है. Sharad sir, if you are listening, there are no any other speaker to answer. So Siri, can we conclude?
Yeah, sir, sure.
Yeah.
We can
So
call it a night.
yeah. Good night, everyone, and have a profitable week. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Good
Good
night.
night, Saman.
Thank you.
Good night,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.